Do you ever wake up in the morning feeling really refreshed? Can you remember the last time you woke up naturally, without an alarm clock, and did not need coffee to start your day? If you answered no to these questions, you are not alone. Many people in the world do not get enough sleep. This is a big problem with surprising and serious consequences. Routinely sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night is very bad for your health. It weakens your immune system and more than doubles your risk of getting cancer. Not getting enough sleep is also a key reason why some people develop Alzheimer's disease. Insufficient sleep can also lead to heart attacks and other cardiovascular problems. Even small reductions in sleep for just 1 week can change your blood sugar levels so much that you could be considered pre-diabetic. This may sound scary, but there is good news. Sleep is the single most powerful thing we can do for our health each day. It is like a free and natural medicine that makes us live longer and healthier. Getting a full night of sleep can fix many problems in our brain and body. It helps us learn, remember things, and make good decisions. It also keeps our emotions balanced and protects us from sickness. This story will take you on a journey to discover why sleep is so important. We will learn what sleep is, why we need it, and how we can get better sleep to live a long and healthy life. Understanding the power of sleep can change your life for the better. What is sleep? How does your body know when it is time to sleep? 2 main systems control when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake. The first system is your body's internal 24-hour clock. This is also called the circadian rhythm. This clock is located deep inside your brain and sends signals to your whole body. It creates a cycle that makes you feel alert during the day and tired at night. This rhythm controls more than just sleep. It also controls when you want to eat and drink, your mood, and your body temperature. Every living thing on our planet has this natural cycle. For humans, this clock is not exactly 24 hours long. It is a little longer, about 24 hours and 15 minutes. Daylight helps to reset this clock every day, so it stays accurate. The second system that controls sleep is called sleep pressure. When you are awake, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine you have. This build-up of adenosine creates a strong feeling of sleepiness. This is sleep pressure. After about 12 to 16 hours of being awake, the sleep pressure becomes very high, and you feel a strong need to sleep. When you sleep, your brain clears away the adenosine. After a full night of sleep, the adenosine is gone, and you feel refreshed and ready for a new day. Many people use caffeine to stay awake. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine. It attaches to the same places in the brain that adenosine uses, but it does not make you sleepy. Instead,
it stops the sleepiness signal from adenosine. This is why a cup of coffee can make you feel more alert. However, the adenosine is still building up. When the caffeine wears off, you can feel a caffeine crash because all the built-up adenosine rushes back. Another important chemical for sleep is melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that tells your body it is dark and time to get ready for sleep. It helps to regulate the timing of your sleep, but it does not create sleep itself.
The kinds of sleep. Sleep is not just one simple state. In 1952, scientists made a very important discovery. They found that we have two completely different types of sleep. They're called NREM sleep and REM sleep. NREM means non-rapid eye movement. REM sleep means rapid eye movement. During REM sleep, our eyes move quickly from side to side under our eyelids. This is also the stage of sleep when we have our most vivid dreams. Throughout the night, our brain goes through a cycle of these two types of sleep. Each cycle lasts about 90 minutes. This cycle repeats again and again while we sleep. But the pattern of sleep is not the same all night long. In the first half of the night, most of our sleep is deep NREM sleep. We get very little REM sleep during this time. Deep NREM sleep is very important for our body and brain. It is the time when our brain cleans itself and strengthens our memories. As the night continues, the pattern changes. In the second half of the night, the balance shifts. We spend much more time in REM sleep. This is when we have our longest and most intense dreams. REM sleep is very important for our emotional health and creativity. So, the first part of the night is for deep physical and mental restoration, while the last part of the night is for emotional and creative work. This strange and complex pattern of sleep is very important. Both NREM and REM sleep have different but equally important jobs. If we do not get enough of either type of sleep, our brain and body will suffer. For example, if you go to bed late, you will miss out on a lot of deep NREM sleep. If you wake up too early, you will lose a lot of REM sleep. That is why it is so important to get a full night of sleep, usually about 8 hours. This allows your brain to complete all the sleep cycles and get all the benefits from both NREM and REM sleep. Understanding these different kinds of sleep helps us see why a full night of rest is so essential for our well-being. Sleep helps your brain. Sleep does amazing things for our brain, especially for our memory. Sleep helps our brain in two important ways. It helps before we learn something new, and it helps after we learn something new. First, let's talk about sleeping before learning. When we are awake, our brain is constantly taking in new information. This information is stored in a part of the brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is like a short-term memory box. But this box has a limited amount of space. When it gets full, it is difficult to add new memories. We might even forget some things to make room for new information. A full night of sleep cleans out this memory box. Deep NREM sleep
acts like a file transfer system. It moves new memories from the short-term storage of the hippocampus to a safer, long-term storage area in the brain called the cortex. This process makes room for new learning. When you wake up in the morning, your brain is refreshed and ready to make new memories. Studies have shown that people who get a full night of sleep can learn new information much better than people who are sleep deprived. Even a short nap during the day can help to clear the short-term memory and improve learning. The second way sleep helps our brain is after learning. Sleep saves our new memories and protects them from being forgotten. This process is called consolidation. When you learn something new, the memory is still weak. Sleep helps to make that memory stronger and more permanent. Deep NREM sleep is especially important for this. The more deep NREM sleep you get after learning, the more you will remember the next day. So, if you are studying for an exam, it is a bad idea to stay up all night. It is much better to study and then get a good night's sleep. Sleep will help you remember what you learned. This is why people often say you should sleep on it when you have a difficult problem. Your sleeping brain is working hard to save and organize information, making you smarter.
Sleep helps your body. Sleep is not just for the brain, it is also essential for the health of our entire body. When we do not get enough sleep, every major system in our body suffers. One of the most important systems affected by sleep is our cardiovascular system, which includes our heart and blood vessels. There is a very clear link between short sleep and a much higher risk of having a heart attack or a stroke. People who sleep less than 6 hours a night are much more likely to have heart problems than people who sleep 7 to 8 hours. A full night of sleep is like a natural medicine for your heart. During deep NREM sleep, your heart rate slows down and your blood pressure drops. This gives your heart and blood vessels a chance to rest and recover from the stress of the day. Without enough sleep, your heart has to work harder all the time. This can lead to high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease. The simple act of losing 1 hour of sleep, like when we change the clocks for daylight savings time, causes a spike in heart attacks the next day. This shows how sensitive our heart is to even small amounts of sleep loss. Another critical job of sleep is to keep our immune system strong. Your immune system is your body's defense against illness and infection. When you sleep, your body produces special immune cells that help fight off viruses and bacteria. These cells are like soldiers that protect your body. Just one night of poor sleep can significantly weaken your immune system. For example, studies have shown that after only one night of sleeping for 4 hours, the number of special cancer-fighting immune cells in the body drops by 70%. This is a dramatic decrease in your body's ability to fight cancer. Sleep also helps your body fight common illnesses like the cold and flu. People who get enough sleep are much less likely to get sick when they are exposed to a virus. A good night of sleep is one of the best things you can do to stay healthy and strong. Why we dream. For a long time, people thought dreams were just random and meaningless stories our brain made up at night.
But now we know that dreams are very important and have a real function. The stage of sleep when we have our most vivid dreams is REM sleep. REM sleep and dreaming are like a form of overnight therapy for our brain. They help us deal with difficult and painful emotional experiences. When you have a strong emotional experience during the day, the memory is stored with the emotion attached to it. This can be a very powerful and sometimes painful connection. During REM sleep, your brain reprocesses these emotional memories, but it does so in a very special chemical environment. A key stress chemical in the brain, called noradrenaline, is completely shut off during REM sleep. This means your brain can look at these difficult memories without the stress and anxiety that was originally there. It is like your brain is in a safe space where it can work through these emotions. This process helps to separate the emotion from the memory. You still remember the event, but the painful feeling connected to it becomes weaker. This is why, over time, we can remember sad or scary things from our past without feeling the same intense pain. We have not forgotten the memory, but we have healed from the emotional wound. This is one of the most incredible gifts of dreaming. It helps us learn from our experiences without being emotionally damaged by them. Dreaming also helps us to be more creative and solve problems. When we are awake, our brain thinks in a very logical and organized way. But during REM sleep, our brain makes connections between ideas that are very different and unusual. It mixes and matches information in new and surprising ways. This can lead to amazing insights and solutions to problems that we could not solve when we were awake. Many famous scientists, artists, and musicians have said that their best ideas came to them in a dream. So, dreaming is not just a strange movie playing in your head at night. It is a powerful process that helps to heal our emotions and boost our creativity.
What happens when you do not get enough sleep? When you do not get enough sleep, it has many dangerous effects on your brain and body. One of the most immediate dangers is drowsy driving. Driving when you are tired is just as dangerous as driving when you are drunk. Many car accidents are caused by sleepy drivers. Sometimes a driver will fall completely asleep at the wheel, but more often accidents are caused by something called a microsleep. A microsleep is a very brief moment, just a few seconds, when your brain stops paying attention to the outside world. Your eyes might close or they might stay open, but your brain is not processing what it sees. If you have a microsleep while driving, you will not be able to react to what is happening on the road. A 2-second microsleep is long enough to cause a fatal crash. A lack of sleep also makes our emotions extreme and irrational. The emotional parts of our brain, like the amygdala, become overactive. At the same time, the rational part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, which helps to control our emotions, becomes less active. This means that when we are sleep-deprived, we can become very angry, sad, or anxious over small things. We lose our ability to control our emotional reactions. This can cause problems in our relationships with family, friends and co-workers. Another very serious consequence of not getting enough deep sleep is an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. During deep NREM sleep, our brain has a cleaning system that removes toxic proteins. One of these proteins is called beta amyloid, which is a key cause of Alzheimer's. If you do not get enough deep sleep, this toxic protein can build up in your brain year after year. This build-up can damage brain cells and lead to the memory loss and confusion of Alzheimer's disease. Finally, insufficient sleep can make you gain weight and increase your risk of diabetes. When you are tired, your body produces more of a hormone that makes you feel hungry, and less of a hormone that makes you feel full. This means you want to eat more, especially unhealthy foods like sweets and snacks. Your body also becomes less good at managing sugar in your blood. After just 1 week of short sleep, your body's ability to use insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar, is significantly reduced. This can lead to high blood sugar and eventually type 2 diabetes. The effects of not sleeping are serious and affect every part of our lives. How to sleep well. We have learned that sleep is the foundation of good health. It is essential for a healthy brain and a healthy body. Getting enough sleep helps us to learn, remember, and stay emotionally balanced. It keeps our heart strong, our immune system ready to fight illness, and our body at a healthy weight. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity. Protecting our sleep is one of the best things we can do for our well-being. So how can we get a better night's sleep? Here are some simple and practical tips. The most important tip is to have a regular sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps to keep your body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, stable. Second, create a good sleep environment. Your bedroom should be dark, cool, and quiet. A cool room temperature of around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius is ideal for sleep. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out light. Third, avoid things that can disrupt your sleep. Do not drink caffeine in the afternoon or evening. Caffeine can stay in your system for up to 8 hours and make it hard to fall asleep. Also, avoid alcohol before bed. Alcohol can help you feel sleepy at first, but it fragments your sleep and blocks the important REM stage. Finally, have a relaxing bedtime routine. Take a warm bath, read a book, or listen to calm music. Avoid using screens like your phone, tablet, or computer before bed. The blue light from these devices can stop your body from producing melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. By following these simple tips, you can improve the quantity and quality of your sleep. It is time to stop thinking of sleep as something we can sacrifice.
We must protect our right to a full night of sleep for a longer, healthier, and happier life. What is the one change you will make to improve your sleep tonight?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.